Hello everyone. So welcome to the next session on formula fields. Today we'll be covering, what are formula fields, applications of formula fields, and point to be considered while creating a formula field. And then we'll be longing into our Salesforce DevOps and performing some creation of formula fields and also understanding how the system works. Okay, what is a formula field? So basically, formula fields are custom fields that automatically provide you the results based on the same record or maybe a related record. They are very valuable tool as per my understanding. For admins, and it can really ease out a lot of tasks for you by automatically updating real time data from a related record or that specific record. So formula fields can refer to fields of that record, a related record. You can use some operators like subtraction, addition to numbers, then concatenation and stuff like that. So those are really helpful. Now, few applications of formula fields. We'll be definitely, doing a demo and understanding how to create and stuff like that. This is just a few applications listed here. So, for example, you want to perform some calculations. Say you have expense, right? Say you have expense about $100 and you have earned around $200, and you want to calculate the profit. So that is 200 minus 100, which is $100. So you can easily create a formula field for that to identify, what is the difference, real time difference, right? Then you can display some data from a related object. This will definitely be covering in our demo. So we'll be fetching some data from account and displaying it on the related contact. That is something we'll do. So you can you have an option to select the field of a parent or a parent to parent object, and identify it and display it on the child object. Please remember, it is only possible from a parent field can be displayed on the child object, but it is not vice versa, since it is like one to many relationship. Okay, then concatenation and manipulation of fields, as I mentioned, right? You can concatenate multiple fields and maybe create a unique key or something like that, whatever you would like to do. And then you can calculate the difference in days, months, years, and there are a lot of functions available. While you explore that, you'll get to know that. And then you can also display images. For example, the best use cases, you have certain criteria, then you have a red flag displayed. Otherwise, you have a green flag displayed just to identify if the lead is qualified enough or not. So it gives you a very good visual representation of things. Moving on to points to be considered while creating a formula field. A formula field can only contain 3900 characters, including spaces, characters, commands, everything, right? And then you can't delete a formula field if it is being referenced by a formula field expression. So sorry, you cannot delete a field if it is being referenced in a formula field. Then long text area, rich text area, multi-step, prickless, and encrypted data types cannot be referred in the formula field. This is a limitation. Then a field a value cannot depend on another formula field that has been referenced. So this is very critical point. And I think I forgot to mention a couple of things here. So you need to make sure that sharing. So basically, formula fields do not follow any sharing. In case the user is not having access to the parent object records or fields, right? But he can still view it in the formula field. So make sure you consider that while creating a formula field. And by the way, you can only have around 10 unique cross referencing values in a formula field. If you want, you can probably increase it to 15 by raising a support case with Salesforce. Now I'll be logging into my devog, and we'll be discussing how to create a formula field.
So I've logged into my dev account, and we'll start with an example of account and contact here. So talking about a cross object formula fields, let me take you to a small deck here. So we have account, right, and it has multiple contacts. This is one to many relationship. So in this case, what you can do is you can create a formula field on account, which is called a cross object. Sorry, you can create a formula field on contact, which is called a cross object formula field, and you can showcase some of the fields from here, or you can probably add a formula referencing to certain fields from the account. So this all can be done. So we'll try and replicate this into the system. I am into my devog here. I am on contact object. So let's do one thing. Okay, let's check. Let's go to the account, right, and on contact, let's populate the industry which the account belongs to. So for example, the industry here is consulting. Let's create a formula field on contact and display the industry of that particular account. So the use case is basically that, whenever somebody logs in and takes a look at the contact, he should be able to see the industry the account belongs to. Right. Let's go there. I'll go to the setup. I'll directly go to the edit object here. So it takes you directly to the, contacts object manager. Then I'll go to the fields. I'll click on new. I'll select the formula here, right? And let's name it, say, account industry. Okay. Then here, for now, I will select the type of the field as text. You can select, different field types based on what the requirement is. Now here, if you look at this layout, right, it has two things. One is simple formula. If you select the simple formula, it gives you insert operations and concatenations, and you can probably go here, identify if you want to use an API, you want to use a label. I hope everybody knows what a custom label is. In case you don't know, just put it on the comments. I'll probably cover it in my next video. Then you have certain organization level stuff like which city, country, and zip code and stuff like that. Then you can select something from profile, that if profile name is this, then show this, and you can add the logics there. Then you have users, which company users belongs to, and all those things. So for now I'll select contact, right? And then from here we can select the contact fields. But since we want to refer to the account, we'll click on the advanced formula. On right side, you see here we have a lot of functions, like we have ABS, we have add months, we have and, right? We will also have if. So this is similar to what we discussed in the validation rules. Is blank is there. Then we have lot of the weekday, value, year, and a lot of other things. So you can use them, explore them, and you can also understand how they work here, or you can just click on this help on this function. It will take you to the Salesforce documentation, which is by the way very great. Okay, so let's now go here, click on insert fields, go to contacts, and then when you click on account, you see this arrow, it takes you to the accounts fields you want to refer to. So for example, we want to refer to industry, I'll select industry and I'll select insert. And in case you want to refer to other fields as well, under accounts, so for example, you want to go to owner, right, which is a user, you can select that and it will load the owner fields. You can do that as well. In our case, we are selecting industry, simply hit insert, right? So once this is done, it pops up the industry here. You can click on check syntax. It says field industry is a picklist value. Picklist value are not supported in certain functions. So we'll have to convert it to a text, right? So this formula called as convert a value to text using standard display format. We select this, we'll copy the account industry and put it here. Now what it does, so basically in the backend, right, Salesforce has a separate data type for pick list, but we want to, our data type of this field is text, so we want to convert it to a text. That is the reason it was showing us an error. Now it is all fine. We can add a description, whatever we want, right? We can also add the help text in case required. For example, let's say this is accounts industry, right? Okay. And then treat blank fields as 0. If it is numerical, you can probably put it as 0. For now, I'll put it as blank. And I'll hit next. Again, this asks, which profile should have the access and stuff like that. So you can probably, I am selecting all for now. But yeah, please keep in mind that in case, formula fields are referencing to a cross object and they do not follow the sharing rules on sharing capabilities. In that case, anybody who's not having access to the parent object will still be able to see the field or details you are using, in the formula field. So be cautious on that front. Here I can select, which layout I want to add it to. So for now, I'm selecting all. Let me hit save. Done. There you go. Right. So let me reload this and young. Go to details. You see the field account industry, it shows consulting. And also please note, the formula fields, they are not editable. You cannot edit them. These are like system generated. So there's read only. And you can see the help text also is displayed here. So this is accounts industry. Perfect. So this is how you can use formula fields, and there are a lot of other stuffs also, like I explained late. You can use a lot of other formulas for months and stuff like that. You can add have if conditions. So that kind of is very useful, and it is also very useful in case you want a real time data. For example, if I go here and I update it to agriculture, right, and I come here and I reload it, it will automatically change. So this is kind of a real time view. Yeah. And in certain scenarios, what this can be harmful as well. Suppose you want to meet like historic data, and it is an opportunity which belongs to a particular account, and that opportunity is already closed. And say the industry of that account, not industry probably. Say okay, so you had enterprise and enterprise accounts, and some are SMB accounts, right? So it was SMB at that point in time when you closed the opportunity, but now it turned out to be an enterprise account. In this case, it will automatically update the formula field to probably the latest one, that is enterprise, and but you still want to store the historical data. So in that case, formula field is not probably a good option, right? So be considerate before you use the formula field in any or every situation. So these are few tips from my side, and thanks for watching. Let's catch up in the next session. Thanks.